Jack is going in the box today. And then what are we gonna do? We need to pick a new game to work on. We're all grumpy today, everybody. But not as cool as Grumpy EM Doctor. Bow and arrow. Colin says we should work on bow and arrow next. Oh, Bicycle Nut has Jumping Jack. It's a great game. He can hear you. Maybe not over my awesome music that I chose for today, but he can hear you. Hello, Midge. Midge will have a microphone today, too. Thank you for your support. Hello, Black Cat Pinball. Welcome to the chat. Hello, Daniel. Thanks for joining us. Well, Kyle, are you ready? Oh, I see Mr. Baxter has found Cletus. All right, I'm switching over. Oh, terrible good, right? It's Cletus. He's holding a wrench. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 69 of PinTech Live. We are finishing Jack in the Box. We figured out the score wheel issues thanks to Mr. Valansky, aka Grumpy EM Doctor. And so now Kyle's just doing the final tweaks and pieces, and then maybe we'll play a few games and then do a Q&A, see where you guys are at with your pins. Maybe we can help. And by we, I mean Kyle. And then we got to pick what we're working on next week, what our new projects are going to be. So
we're not going to be here next week because I'm taking that day off.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's pretty great.
So maybe that is a good reason to work on Baywatch, because we can buy the color DMD. That gives it at least 10 days to get here. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe. I just don't. Well, we'll see. I have to see.
I mean, totally Baywatch, man. You know me.
Only Baywatch.
Only Baywatch. That's the only pinball machine there is, and they're worth fixing.
You're not wrong. Because all the other games work. The only one that's actually worth fixing is Baywatch.
Yeah, I forgot that you being out meant that we weren't going to be streaming. What is everyone going to do on Thursday at 3 o'clock Eastern?
I don't know.
Should we put on a rerun? Should I put on the spooky pinball thing? The X-ray?
Oh.
Yeah, did you edit it?
No. But I will. This will be the perfect opportunity to edit.
Nah, you don't need to. It's fine. There are no secrets here, but we'll get into that later.
No, I'm going to wipe it from the internet, and then we're going to play our spooky pinball X-ray next Thursday. So I'm glad we got that all situated. Perfect. Good thinking. And more updates. announcements for everyone is our code today is PT-Gordon for free domestic shipping for orders over $99 or $10 off international shipping for orders over $99. And
Gordon.
we picked PT-Gordon because
Gordon Morrison is arguably the greatest pinball artist of all.
Pointy people, man.
Christian March and Jerry Kelly were also great, but Gordon Morrison's more iconic. I think personally. Maybe.
Yeah, we'll celebrate some of his art by looking at back boxes that he's done in the past. I tried to pull every single back box he's ever done that's on IPDB, but there's like 200. So I got to the letter D.
But so many of the better ones start with not D. They start with like G. And
I really like Dragon.
Dragon's really good.
Dragon. I love Dragon. Wow. Give me your best dragon sound.
I don't. Rawr. That's more T-Rex, man.
No, from the game Dragon, when you hit those little weird plastic creature dragons, and it's like
no, that's wait, that's Spanish.
Is that a different
game, right?
dragon?
I was thinking the Gottlieb dragon. That game goes like boop 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 beep beep beep, but the Spanish game goes like when you hit the drop charges.
That was perfect.
Yeah, because it's always super screwed up. So all three of us in this studio, we're like mega delusional because we're all exhausted. So excuse the banter and laughing. But we're here to have fun. We're not here to do anything else.
Oh, Gordon's Cletus's brother.
No,
there's no Cletus Morrison. Does Cletus even have a last name?
So
Cletus Morrison.
Steve and I were like, I was kind of feeling guilty because like I felt like I was generalizing. I was making a broad stroke by naming someone Cletus because, it has connotations. So we went on to the internet and we found many people that had doctorates. We had many people that were Dr. Cletus something. So don't take this as a this is a blanket statement, but it is a humorous.
There are many intelligent Cletuses out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it Cletus?
So Pinball Cletus here, he's a doctor.
Yeah, he is Dr. Cletus. He has a doctorate in pinball repair from Pinside in Facebook.
Yeah, and he's a spider because he's a spider that lived inside Jack in the Box. Or he was many spiders that lived inside Jack in the Box.
There's Hotline.
Yeah, we found Cletus in Hotline.
It was Hotline.
But the minions.
I wasn't there for that.
The minions, they exist everywhere. Yeah, that was a week you were not here. And I'm staring at that. I gotta get that done.
Now we have a Cletus emoji. So I hope everyone can enjoy the newest emote to our emote pack for subscribers, or use your little channel points.
Channel points.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some more today.
If I was like a mega pro streamer and we streamed all the time, we could do like gambling with our channel points. I love when streamers do that stuff. You'd be like,
yeah, we could all do channel points to make you do weird stuff. Like Kyle burned his hand on a soldering iron.
What?
This sounds exploitive.
If you do 500 points.
Pin fights?
One of my favorite streamers, he just refers to himself as an e-clown.
Hey, Flipstream, thanks for joining us.
And that's pretty much what it is. When you are a streamer, you're just an e-clown. It's like, hey, streamer, do this. Hey, streamer, perform, do this. I could just be an e-clown.
I don't consider you an e-clown.
Well, if I was doing things for channel points, I definitely think I crossed the boundary into e-clown territory. But I think we're escaping the scope of what we're actually here to do, which is mess with pinball games.
Strange World is a
Jack in the Box.
beautiful.
So where are we at?
Well, we were talking about Strange World, and Strange World is definitely one of Gordon Morrison's finest pieces of artwork. We'll talk about that later. I can talk about pinball art forever. That's probably my favorite part about pinball, really. I just like games that have cool art. I don't care how they play or anything else. I just like the ones with good art.
Hail Cletus.
Oh
I love the Cletus.
Yeah, hail Cletus for new emperor. Okay, so where we're at this game works now. Seemingly everything's all cool. But what this game was a location game for a long time, and it will probably continue being a location game soon. I think Josh wanted it at Transmission Arcade. So I'm thinking about maybe throwing this over at the arcade a little bit later, let people enjoy more EM action. But I haven't touched it since I bought it like 5 years ago. So I think we were just going to do like a quick re-rubber, maybe take a look and see what's going on underneath. There's a lot of light sockets that are goofed up on this game. I kind of wanted to take a look and see if we could clean them up. If not, maybe replace some of the more important ones. I can see some nasty wear on the shooter tip. I want to replace that. I definitely want to replace the compression spring too. I think, nah, it's all right. But yeah, you know, just kind of finish the game. We don't get the chance to finish the games very often.
Yeah, this is exciting.
It should be. I've already seen a few rules that I broke. Look at this. This is pissing me off.
Oh, no.
I'm going to try to use this boom camera. See these screws on this lane guide right here? You see how they're not facing the same direction? See how that one's going this way?
Yeah.
And that one's going this way? That makes me really mad. So I'm going to have to fix that.
Yeah.
It's the attention to detail. If you don't have that kind of attention to detail, you shouldn't be, you know, messing with stuff. If you're really OCD like I am. I'm just going to start re-rubbering it from top to bottom.
About the camera angles. Can you fix that?
Oh. Yeah, here, I'll put this one over here too.
I mean, we're like so Dutch. Yeah, I'm trying to get your handheld camera up and running.
Is it El Dedo? El Morte?
I might have to plug it in.
Do I have Gottlieb flipper rubbers in my kit? I do!
Ooh. Yay.
Nice flip stream.
I will have to buy some new ones tomorrow. So we can probably fully re-rubber this game. So, okay, so I remember when I bought this game, it was pretty grody. And I cleaned it. It was a lot of cleaning. I rebuilt the pop bumpers. I did a lot of other work. And then I did like the really quick, I'm lazy, but I want the game to look okay on location fix, which is basically clean it up, replace most of the posts that you can see because it makes the game look a lot less grungy, replace the rubbers, and play the game. I think a lot of these rubbers are just, they're starting to degrade a little bit. They're getting a little grody. They're not that bad, but they don't really cost anything, so we might as well start messing with that. When I work on a Gottlieb game, when I'm taking the plastics off, the two tools you really need are a flathead screwdriver, actually 3 tools, a flathead screwdriver, a 1/4 inch open-end wrench, and a 5/16 nut driver. The 5/16 nut driver allows you to take off the little nuts. And then the 1/4 inch wrench allows you to hold the post as you rotate the nuts. They usually get stuck. Pretty self-explanatory. We'll work from the top down, rather.
Grumpy EM Doctor in the chat.
Hi, David.
Says, are all the screw heads on the switch stacks aligned too?
No.
You better.
No. Only on the top end because it makes the game look better. So these Gottlieb speed nuts, they're not actually, the posts aren't threaded. These things kind of cut their own little groove into posts, but they also, when they're ancient, they get seized onto the posts and they don't move. So that's why you need the wrench. Since this game came apart only a couple years ago, nope, that's not true. This one's definitely seized on there. So I'm going to slide the wrench underneath here. We've gone over this before. This is pretty commonplace. We hold the post as we turn the little nut off. Sometimes this doesn't work. Since these are not actually threaded on, sometimes you have to get a screwdriver and just shimmy and pry them off the post. But we'll take a look at one in a minute. Are people making fun of my OCD? Because if so...
They said if you pronounce it, if you do it in alphabetical order, it's CDO.
Get out of here. There's just like little bits of detail that just make things look better to me. And I appreciate these things.
Fair.
Like one thing that always bothers me is when people put the flipper rubbers with like the size facing up, because then you can see it when you're staring at the flippers, and it drives me nuts.
Right, I do remember. I mean, that just seems like common courtesy.
It just makes things look cleaner. And when people are like freaking out and like taking pictures of the shooter lanes on their pinball machines, you'd hope that they'd at least have the general decency of flipping the flipper rubbers upside down. You know?
Daniel says it's the German in you that wants to be perfect on the screen.
Yeah, yeah. In German they call it Perfektismus. Everything needs to be perfect.
Perfect. Midge, can you unplug the handheld camera and replug it back in?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna try to get it on. Get it on.
Get it on.
I always like this like pink, pastel-y Pepto-Bismol pink that they have on the playfield.
Dude, it's so cool. I love the color. That's the cool. One of the cool things about Gordon Morrison's art is like just the color palette that he worked off of a lot of the time was really
very nice.
poppy.
Unique, yeah.
You know, like
colorful.
Because a lot of his art was very fantastical compared to Roy Parker, who was very traditional, and then like Art Stenholm, who was also quite traditional, but did more like slice of life style artwork for pinball. Gordon Morrison was very fantastical, and those colors really shine through. Uh-oh. You unplugged the camera we were using. Hey, Moto.
Hi.
The overhead camera, Steve accidentally unplugged that one.
My bad.
Cool.
There's a lot of cords here, man.
There's a lot of cords here.
You guys. That's cool. Are we still live?
Yes, I'm here. Hi. I'm just waiting to watch that thing. I guess I can continue unscrewing things before we take this apart. But I'll converse as we do so. Oop.
Oh, some double sunglasses give you a 2x multiplier to coolness to Midge.
Nice.
Double sunglasses?
Yeah.
You do that?
Double sunglasses. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, it is
really, really, really bright.
Yeah. Dang. Is that like old man eyes or
I'm so happy
something?
that Mr. Baxter loves Cletus.
You.
Just seeing Cletus pop up in the chat cracks me up.
He is
What's up with the over?
The overhead. Okay, so it looks like maybe the handheld camera is working now.
It is?
I don't know. It's on.
Yes.
Is it responding,
Yep.
Emoto?
It looks nice.
While I'm looking at it, I need to straighten out some of these screw heads because I hate them.
Renault has the Genie back glass from Gordon Morrison.
Genie's a great game as well.
Beautiful art package. And yeah, really fun game.
Yeah, Genie is a
that
fun game.
Mm-hmm.
I like wide body System 1 games a lot. Disco and Genie and Circus and... Oh, these need to come off anyways because there's rings under here. Well, let's just keep removing the plastics and then I'll straighten my screws out.
All right, we're good.
All right. Good job,
Guys.
Steve. We're kicking butt.
Good game. Good game.
GG. This game very commonly has a lot of broken plastics. I do not replace the plastic that is always broken on this because it's just going to break again. So I have a good one sitting around somewhere, but the center plastic is always busted. I've never seen a Jack-in-the-Box without a busted center plastic.
Oh, man.
They always break right here in the center where my fingers are. Then this one's also very broken on the edge. Sad. But, you know, they are sacrificial.
Oh, I think this is episode 70 now.
Episode 70?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was 69 and we were joking.
Oh, I thought last week was 69.
I don't know. I've lost track, man.
Now I'm confused.
We're too tired to be doing this. Hold on. I need to move this camera really quick to see if I can squeeze in here.
No, well, because I didn't count the game at Southern Fried as 67.
Okay.
Why?
Because it wasn't a PinTech Live. We were just live streaming.
Yeah. Okay, I agree with that.
All right, so we're at 69.
So we did 66. Was our first schematics class with Dr. Grumpy. EM Grumpy Doctor. That's how, yeah. 67 was fixing the score reels. And then David hopped in.
And really helped us fix the score.
And then he came in officially again on 68. He was almost with us for an entire month.
Dang. That's dedication.
He's always with us in our hearts and in the chat.
Always.
but yeah.
Okay.
We were supposed to do Baywatch this episode, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, I didn't pull the trigger on buying a color DMD. And I will.
And we were going to do Baywatch and you guys were going to wear bikini tops, and that didn't happen.
Next time.
Right? I don't have my beach body yet. I've only been working on it for 30 years.
Did you know there was an auction in France last Saturday? And there was a Jack in the Box back glass for sale. You could have got it, Kyle.
You know what?
That's pretty
cool. Actually, I do need a new one. Mine's pretty crappy. Yeah, these rubbers are okay, but they're
Can we see?
Grody.
Oh.
And
can you turn off the there you go.
They're just starting to get grody. They're still soft, and they play okay, but whatever. We're just gonna change them. They don't cost much, and it's like, you know, the thing I like to do is, like, especially before a game ends up going back out on location, is like, especially if you know, this costs very little. We take the game apart, and sometimes you find other problems. So that is a benefit to doing this kind of not necessary, but kind of necessary sort of work. I think this game's going to be totally fine, though. If it survived moving across country on a shipping pallet, I don't think there's much else that can be as rough. But that's kind of loose. So here, this is the kind of stuffs I'm talking about. Here we go. Is this kind of crap, right? I just took the rubber off of this post, which, yeah, the screws are not, heads aren't lined up, but look how loose both of them are.
There you go.
That's not just the plastic moving. It's the actual post is really loosey-goosey.
That's our very first emote is ABT.
Yeah.
Always be tightening.
So this is the reason we do this kind of stuff. This is like, this is what an actual shop out is, taking the game apart, looking at everything, making sure that things are tight and happy, etc. This is this rubber, I'm surprised it's not as worn out as it. It's a little burnt from the light bulbs.
It's so big.
It's a very long rubber. Hello, Mark. Our fearless leader has walked in the building.
Yay.
Okay.
So, Kyle, you got asked, have you ever worked on a Bone Busters?
Yeah. Bone Busters.
Do you want to buy Daniel's? It's only 500 euros in Croatia.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Save it for me, and when I eventually get to Croatia, I'll pay you 500 euros. Bone Busters is fun. Now. That's a funny game.
It is a funny game.
Daniel, does it have the
reminded us all that Cleveland is this weekend. That's the Cleveland Pinball Show in Cleveland, Ohio. You guys will see Kim Martinez from our team up there. She's co-running or running the women's tournament.
Awesome.
That's awesome. I hope everyone has fun up there this weekend. And then Obi asked, how do you, Kyle, feel about silicone rubbers on EMs?
Silicone rubbers really don't belong on any pinball machine because silicone is not, it does not have the toughness required for like constant impacts from a ball.
And it absorbs liquids.
Silicone does absorb liquids. That's a good point. Thank you, Steve. But the silicone just like tends to, it just doesn't, to me it also doesn't really play right. I prefer, and this is not just me saying this because I work here, but the super bands I think are the better choice. They are tougher. They have properties more similar to rubber. And they last forever. There is a problem you'll see a lot of the time with silicone rings where they will snap like traditional rubber will, like at the bottom of slingshots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Silicone is not a material meant for that kind of force and action. So I prefer real rubber 90% of the time, just because I like the way it plays.
If you're going to do anything, do polyurethane.
But if you're going to do anything, I would recommend polyurethane, which would also be our super bands, which is something we sell. They're difficult to install because they're very tight and tough, but once you get the hang of it, it's not that bad.
And you'll never have to change them again.
Yeah, you'll never have to change them again. A lot of the games, like more modern games, like as soon as my Deadpool flippers start to get screwed up on location, I'm going to put super bands on there because I'll never need to change the rubbers ever.
And so super bands are polyurethane.
Yes.
And Titans are
silicone.
The Titan rubbers are silicone, yeah. And again, it's not, and that's just personal preference. You know, it's not a bad product, but if you want a product that will last forever and the last set of rubbers you'll ever really need to put on a game, polyurethane and super bands are definitely what you're looking for. So it's a material thing. It's not, you know, a jab at the company or anything like that. They just really are not set up to take that kind of action.
Right. The colors are nice.
Yeah, the colors are nice. If you really, really want pink super bands like I do, please send an email to Mark at
pink super bands. I know. Pink super bands. I need it for my hard body, Mark. Come on.
I think they would look really good on my TNA also. So there is a lot of loose plastics here, or a lot of loose posts. And also the way I mentioned, like with the quick turnaround, right? Can we have the little camera on?
Yes.
So like that's what the posts that were on this game looked like. I bought it. They're all grody and yellow and discolored, etc. But this, you'll never see this post, right? So as I was digging through all my parts, like you can use a lot less posts if you hide some of those posts behind the nice ones. This is me being extraordinarily cheap and on a budget. These things do not cost much money, but if you really are trying to turn around a game on a budget or something, you can hide some of these, like, you know, slightly okay but kind of discolored posts under plastics and put the nice presentable ones in front. You know, not that you should be flipping pinball machines anyways. That's like a cardinal sin. You should enjoy them. But as we go through it, I'm just kind of wiggling every post because I want to make sure that these are okay. Loose posts will end up blowing out holes. And when you start to blow out the screw holes, you have to take everything apart and fill them with glue and a dowel, etc. So you might, while you're here, you know, make it right now.
We have a guest here. This is Aiko, my niece. She's hanging out.
Hey, Aiko.
I think she's mimicking you, Kyle. Every time you talk, she goes blah 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 blah. blah.
That's what it sounds like when I talk in my head too. So, do we have Daniel? I have a question. Well, since I'm going to fly all the way to Croatia to buy your Bone Busters,
I think he's asking if he should buy the Bone Busters for 500 euros. Not
should you? Oh, absolutely, yes.
Bone Busters.
No, go buy it now.
Oh yeah, you should have already bought it, Daniel.
Yeah, you're wasting precious time by asking me if you should buy it.
Machines.
Get out there, man.
Why?
It's probably already sold.
Do you have to?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Gotta get it working.
Why?
All right, LEJSC asked, I have a few questions, if you don't mind. We don't mind at all.
I mind. No, I'm just kidding.
They have a T2 and notice that the right flippers is slightly lower than the left. Is that an issue or by design? Ooh.
No, it's just worn out. So what you can do is try loosening the flipper shaft in the crank and see if you can readjust it. Let me find a part. We can explain.
Yeah, he's going to show you. So yeah, you just need to adjust your flippers. It's even I can do this. I have confidence that you can get your T2 working nice and smooth, Ellie. It was one of the first things I had to do on my first pin too.
We'll put this great Bally flipper inside of the Williams crank because whatever. So what has likely happened is this this shaft, which is the flipper, has started to slightly rotate inside of this crank here.
Good.
So what you can try to do is loosen the nut, reposition the flipper into the right position, and then retighten this. And really crank down hard on it. You do need to tighten it.
Can you lower your hand a little bit? Sorry, you're kind of coming out of
it needs to be a lot tighter than you think it might need to be. If you break this, it is worthless. Sometimes, depending on how old your T2 is, it might, you could be running on really old flipper pieces, and this bolt can snap. So maybe it would be a good idea to have a flipper rebuild set or a new crank and link for each side, just in case. But what happens is they start to slip. You can readjust it, tighten the nut, and you should be good. This is going to be really similar to what is going to be in your T2 also. Parts.
Nice. So yeah, just a little tightening.
A little tightening. Everything needs to be tight.
All right, and Midge dropped in a link too for our flipper rebuild kit for that game. So that's awesome. Always be tightening.
I'm recording.
Yeah, this is my mic, so they can hear you too.
I think I've got everything pretty tight. So now
Okay.
I'll just wipe up some dust and I'll start putting it back together bottom to top. I do kind of want to put a couple LEDs. I mean, I should just start looking for blackened bulbs.
Hello.
If I have.
B. Smith.
So since this game does live
Happy
on
birthday.
location, like you see this bulb here, how it's really blackened? This was
Yes.
probably a new bulb like 4, 5, 6, whatever years ago when I bought this game. And after living a lot of time in an arcade, it is starting to go bad. When these bulbs start to get nasty like this, the resistance grows and it draws a lot more current and they start getting hotter, nasty, and might as well just replace. I've got plenty of LEDs, and those really brighten the game up and make them look nice. If you're using the right LEDs, I'm gonna go grab a couple.
Yeah. Colin says you should clown puke it,
Yeah,
which
good
means
point.
put every color of the rainbow inside.
Ban that guy.
Oh, Ellie J, so lucky. Recently got a color DMD for T2.
Awesome.
Anything in particular they should know before installing it, Kyle? We're
Honestly,
going
it's
to be
been
doing
a-
a color DMD installation soon, actually, in a few weeks, I hope.
It's going to be a lot different because, sorry, we're going to do it on a Sega game, but it's honestly been a long time since I've installed a color DMD, so I don't really have a lot of good tips. Just make sure you follow the instructions. I think that's really the most important thing I could tell you.
That's fair.
I turned the game
Daniel
on.
asked if those bulbs were 44 or 47s.
I usually keep 47s on the under the playfield just because they are bright. But if you were to put them, I only use 47s in the back glass or LEDs just because heat and old ink end up making a bad combination. So, but I usually don't use 47s. Most of the time, if I'm using an incandescent bulb, it's a 44 just because I like how bright they are. At the same time, the games that you have in your house are not going to be on long enough to create the damage that the old bright bulbs did back in the day. So I'd rather have them be very bright and visible. For the 3-4 hours a week you might have your old game on. All right. I'm going to move the handheld camera. Let's use the overhead camera and we can give some super sweet rubbering action.
You could probably turn off that light.
What? Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I just forget that they're on. There it goes.
Yeah, it's fine.
So Gottlieb flippers use a unique rubber. They're skinny. They fit into a groove on the flipper bat themselves. Again, I like to put the side with the maker's mark down. Looks clean. I think I remember what I did on this game was, again, I just kind of tried to freshen up the plastics because adding
like nice, fresh white, very bright white plastics. Makes an old, crummy game like this one makes it look a whole lot better and more presentable. So I think, I remember what I did on this was like a lot of new posts, new flipper bats, new pop bumpers, new drop targets, and that's about it. I think I actually left most of the lane guides. Like these should be a nice bright white, but I did not replace them. I should now because this game has paid itself off many times. The proudest achievement this game ever had was out-earning Medieval Madness in the same arcade in 1 month. So that made me happy.
It's a fun game.
It's a great game.
Did you have them on the same
Jack in the Box
points per play?
pinball?
This was 25 cents for 5 balls. Medieval Madness was like $1. But there's
still,
like a big group of like old dudes that would come into this place and just sit in front of this game for hours. I always thought that the guy that ran the place was lying. And I came in one day.
Just throwing money in your cash box for no reason?
No, I just sat here and played this game over and over and over and over again. And that is when I started realizing you don't need to operate new pinball machines. You can operate these old clunkers that you spend a little time fixing up, because if there's no pinball, people will play what they can get. This thing was like $400, and it has easily paid itself off multitudes of times in the 5-6 years I've owned it. So this is one of my favorite games for that reason. Let's see. I'm going to start guessing on rubbers. You do need to make sure. There are some instances where a couple rings might fit in some of these gaps. And I will want to play test this with Steve. Since this game does have a very unique bottom layout, having a looser rubber in this position might make the game play a little more challenging, be a little less challenging. Having the right amount of bounce between the ball hitting here and the flipper is important for satisfying play. So we'll mess with that a little bit. But for now, I'm going to throw some 1.5s here. A 1 inch might end up being better because it'll be tighter and offer a little bit more bounce back. Also remember, we haven't done this for a while, but when we're installing rubbers, you want to make sure that the middle, you've got like a equator ring around the rubbers. Make sure that doesn't get twisted up. These things kind of have a memory, right? When you start to flip them, they want to magically flip back out, so that outside equator, see how it's kind of twisted right now, but with a little bit of give, it'll snap back to its shape. I see people install rubbers all sorts of twisted and goofy, and they can start to snap into weird spots where they'll ride up posts and balls will get stuck, etc. So it's a subconscious thing when I'm installing rubbers to try to make sure you keep that equator even, if that makes sense.
Nice. Yeah, don't twist it.
Don't twist it. Again, the way I look at all this stuff is service calls. If I have to go back out to someone's house to flip a rubber down, I'm going to be really pissed off, and I just wasted a lot of time. So I've been taught that this is pay attention to those little things, and it'll save you a lot of time at the end of the day.
Wow.
I'm going to loosen this side up a little bit here. So what I just did was, this ring is a little tight on this side, a little tight right here, a little bit looser here. And what that's going to encourage in this section where the pop bumper, getting good action against the pop bumper. If it's really tight, the ball's not going to, it's not going to be able to rebound off the rubber as well. So using a little bit of stretching, you can get a little bit more give here to allow this sort of action to be stronger. We'll see if that actually matters, but in my brain, that's what I'm thinking about as I'm doing that micro adjustment.
Hey, Fred, watching that. He said, from the big screen at Bang Back Pinball Lounge.
I am so
I think
honored.
I'm just going to start moderating from there on Thursday.
That's awesome.
You should.
I mean,
you
if
should
he's
just go to
watching,
Bang
right?
Back and watch it on the big screen.
Yeah, there you go.
Have a beer, have some food, play some pinball.
Yeah. So I saw something. Oh, right. Colin brings up a fun point. And also to remind us that we have rubber kits for most games. But Colin asked, why isn't Kyle using a rubber kit for this game so he's not guessing?
Because I don't want to carry around 1,000 rubber kits in my toolbox. It's a lot easier for me to just have a gigantic bag of rubbers and then figure out what fits. Putting rubbers on a pinball machine is not an exact science. And you can tell when something is way too tight or way too loose. And that is what I am working on. If you only have a couple games, or you know, hey, this weekend I'm going to work on Jack in the Box, then you should absolutely buy a rubber kit for it. But if you've got 10 games, might be a good idea just to buy 20 of each ring.
Yeah,
or the
it's nice
assorted
that we have
white
that big
rubber kit
assortment
that we
pack
sell.
too. So you could just
Yes, yeah, we
load
do
up
sell
on
an
those.
assorted kit of white and black rubbers.
Yeah, we
so
have one of each.
that's a good, and I think like over the years, that kit has been adjusted to give the right amount of certain rings, right? Like
Kyle always carries around a gigantic bag of rubbers.
That's right. It's not often that you're going to use a 4.5-inch rubber ring, right? Unless you own Jack in the Box. But if you, you know, the common sizes you'll need are definitely like 1, 1.5, 2s, 2.5s. Get a lot of 2.5s because almost every slingshot ever is a 2.5. 3s, a lot of the sub-3 rubbers are the most common. But the good one, another good set to have around are absolutely like 5/16. 5/16 is another really common small rubber that likes to break around posts. Yeah.
And no, Colin, our warehouse isn't through the other door. We're in a top secret location.
Yeah, very top secret. If you come to South Carolina, I might be able to bring you here, but I'll have to put a paper bag over your head.
Him and drive him 50 miles out.
Make it seem like it's really far ways away. No, we're like 6 minutes from the actual warehouse in a lovely-ish little building where we keep all of our fun stuff. There's great artwork in here. We can't show you because we'd have to kill you, but there's some great artwork in here.
It's an underground facility. It's like 100 feet underground.
It is a bunker.
My other niece is screaming.
Retired missile silo.
Yeah, a Nike missile base.
How often should the rubbers be replaced, Kyle?
When they start to look gross or they start breaking. Generally, when a game comes under my care, I will just re-rubber it as I fix everything because that gives me a good baseline. But one thing I always try to remind people, you know, people always ask those kind of, when should this be changed? You know, it's not really when it should be changed because pinball games aren't like a car. They don't have like a maintenance cycle per se, but when things start to break, that's when you're going to want to start changing a lot of this. Although a fun fact is when Mark went to Williams Service School, they did have a number. They told people that flippers should rebuild every 500,000 flips. That's a number Williams came up with when they had a flipper on a test rig. They seemed to notice things would start to wear out.
Right,
you know?
So make sure to count all your flips every time you play. Keep a tally.
Okay. That would be fun. We'll find out what Stern says, too.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I've always wanted to try to destroy things through just mechanical destruction as well. I feel like that was my calling. I missed it, but...
Ellie J says, we are right around the corner from their house. Well, then you should be at Bangback having a brewski and playing some pinball there while you watch our show.
I think that they need to come here and become a PinTech. Is that the plural of apprentice?
Yeah, B. Smith needs to be down there too.
I've told Brett that he needs to come and spend some time working on games with me.
What's that on?
Yeah, that's a light.
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna see. Those bulbs don't look nasty. Since I'm on a bit of a since I'm on a bit of a budget, I'm not just going to keep throwing LEDs into this thing. So, a lot of times, what I do with electromechanical games is to keep the illusion of crusty and old. I will put LEDs only in strategic locations. I want this thing to be bright.
Oh yeah, and thank you, Obi, for helping Ellie and also reminding us about the Discord group. I'm gonna drop in that invite today.
I named her after the bowl brand.
Just a second. So we're all multitasking here. It's
Yeah.
Naomi.
I'm sorry I haven't been on the
Oh,
Discord
that's
much in the past couple
you.
days. I've been tired and busy, but
Brett said you never actually invited him.
Oh, bro.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, I tell him he can come out here whenever he wants. He needs to invite himself.
Colin Baxter really, really, really wants to know if your tips and balls are dirty, do you clean them? And how often? Once a year?
When I feel like it. I don't play my games enough to really wear anything out, other than the games in the arcade, right? So when I notice that the balls look nasty, I change them. When I see things start to get gross and broken, I replace them. I don't really have things on schedules other than maybe batteries in a lot of my games. The 5-inch ring too big? No, 5 inches seems about right here.
Discord.
You don't really use these gigantic rubbers often.
I got it, Emoto. For the Discord invite. I'm
Oh, you put the Discord invite in there?
Yep.
Dirty.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
they
don't
can inch.
usually
Perfect.
you don't usually see rings this big, like the 5 inchers, the 4 inchers, the 4.5 inchers, other than on games from like the 60s and maybe some of the early 70s games. They were used a lot more common on a lot older pinball machines. The designers became very economical in the way that they would design games by using a lot of similarly sized or a small grouping of rubbers on games. You know, and there's a lot of standard footprint things, right? Like pretty much every single slingshot ever uses a 2.5-inch rubber. Some older Bally's use 2s, some Gottliebs use 3s, but like most modern stuff uses a 2.5-inch rubber. It's a standard footprint sort of thing. But this game, it's pretty standard. It's like 1.5s, 1s, 2s, and then there's just like a 5-inch ring. You're like, okay, whatever. They could have done it with like another post here and used like 2.5s, but I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe they had a
that's a really
gigantic
big rubber.
truckload of 5-inch rings. They got to use them all.
Yeah. Phil's Pinball said High Speed has a big one under the ramp too.
4-inch?
Yeah, I think High Speed, it's like a 3.5 or something. It's a weird,
That's
odd
pretty big.
size.
Yeah.
He's big.
Oh, really? You're right, yeah. So there are outliers there. I forgot that Kiss used a gigantic rubber on the top too.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of other weird ones, but I mean, you'll see like in some games where they just got like extraordinarily economical. And I mean, look at a new Stern game. There's barely any rubber used in a lot of these new Stern games. And that's like a cost-cutting measure, but B, it's definitely, again, like I was saying, it's like if I had to go and adjust a rubber, if a rubber broke or something like that, they'll just make me mad because it's a lot of time to go do something super simple. So from an operator's standpoint, if all of your games are using post sleeves, which never go bad, or in just like 2.5 rings for the slingshots, it keeps the maintenance down a lot. So it is neat to see how things have been designed out as well in modern pinball. We've got some 5/16ths, and I need to find...
Oh, Jody Gontero, thanks for joining us.
Jody!
Mr. Rampo-matic, he said, reliability is king.
That's right. And I see you have
Yes.
twister ramps, so I'm going to buy some twister ramps from you tomorrow. If you have any for sale.
Someone was asking about Godzilla. Data East, is it Sega Godzilla
Sega.
or Data East Godzilla? Yeah, okay, it's Sega. That's what I thought. It sounded wrong when I said Data East. Sega Godzilla ramps.
You'll probably
Does
never see them because they didn't
Rampo-matic
make
make
any of those games. So it'll be a while before someone like Jody will get to making Godzilla ramps. Speaking of ramps, breaking news. We have a very large assortment of ramps from Mark Davis 1 Free Play 40 on Pinside in stock now. So
Nice.
if you have been meaning to go pick up a ramp from Free Play 40 on
It's the
Pinside, but
first
you
ever
also needed to
request.
order a bunch of other stuff, you can get them from our store now. So please do. I got.
That's awesome.
There's a
Mitch,
lot of
if you
cool
could
ones.
Drop a link in the chat. That would be awesome.
Oh no, there's like 20 links we'd have to drop in the chat. So
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Some of the cool ones is like Mark likes to make some neat ramps in color. So the right side space station ramp is particularly gorgeous. It's in a translucent dark blue.
Nice.
Mark does a ton of neat upgrades to his ramps as well, just like Jody does, right? When we talked about on stream a couple weeks ago. He will make things out of thicker plastic, redesign certain things to make them tougher, reposition things that were poorly done from the get-go. And Emoto really is a great multitasker. At the pinball show, she herds us all like the cats we are. She makes everything actually happen. She gets us food.
Yeah,
she
the
makes
food.
live streams happen. So she can also be a live stream producer and a teacher Emoto today, too.
Thank you. Jody gave us a nice shout out, said, Marco is your one-stop ramp shop.
That's right.
We have everyone now.
We really do,
wanna
actually.
Make it easy. We want to make it easy for people to
All
get
your
their
ramps
ramps. And
are
y'all,
belong to us.
like Rampomatic and Mark, y'all
think-
make such beautiful products.
Everybody, even the OEMs,
pinball.
we carry ramps for the basic.
Yeah,
every
that's
single
true.
ramp you could
Right.
potentially buy for your pinball game, you can buy from us now. But no, I was just particularly pleased to be messing with Mark's ramps. When I had my Swords of Fury, I put one of his Swords of Fury ramps in, and it's just amazing to breathe life into an old game like that
is
has
a pretty
busted
color
ramps.
on that space station one as well.
I'm gonna send Jody my roller games ramp pretty soon here also. So we'll have brand new roller games ramps eventually, which will be extremely exciting. Every single one of those games has a broken ramp. Okay, and now I just need to change these small rings
in
here.
the wild one day that doesn't have a broken ramp.
It
that
doesn't
I can be
exist.
like, haha.
The only roller games that doesn't have a broken ramp is the last one in a box somewhere.
You think one exists in a box still?
I don't know.
Possibly.
I mean, probably, yeah. You never know. I took a Williams game out of a box once. That was exciting.
Which game was it?
Demolition Man.
It's not quite as old as roller games, but
No, well,
It was neat to take a Williams game out of a box, though. It's probably the least exciting game to take out of a box, but you know, whatever.
She just started smacking the microphone, but I had it on mute. Why would you do that?
Why not?
Just looked at it and almost like, blah.
so yeah, that's pretty exciting. I hope that,
I'm very
You done?
curious. I told Mark that to expect us to order more ramps next week. I remember when we first started getting some of Jody's ramps in stock too. It was like we ordered them one week, they were sold out by the weekend, and then like, hey, can we get some more of those?
there's no Demo Man hate.
No, we love Demo Man. Demo Man's the greatest. We were just hating on Kyle.
I don't
think
know.
that's what was happening.
do we really like Demo Man? Is it really that
Oh,
good?
thanks, Obi. That's awesome,
thank
man.
you so much, Obi, for all the gift subs.
Whoa.
Much appreciated.
Thanks, man. I owe you one. 5 gift subs.
That's
Obi
a total
gives-
of 15 to
Wait,
this
scroll
channel.
back down.
That's
Old School
amazing.
EMs, Pinball 122, Rainbow 67, Jackrabbit, and the Fills. Wow.
Now they can use the Cletus emote.
What have I started?
Take advantage of the Cletus.
I do need to test
Some of these. I don't know where my 9-volt battery went. Just turn the game back on.
Testing the drop targets.
I need to make sure I have, sometimes my cool white LEDs and my warm white LEDs get mixed up.
Oh,
So I'm trying to test them to
LEDs.
make sure I don't put a cool white in a spot where I don't want a cool white LED. And that lamp
Awesome.
socket is super lazy.
Thanks, Kiwi Frenzy, for the order. That's awesome.
Yay,
nice.
Kiwi, thank you.
You ordered 2
gonna be a
Earthshaker
fun
ramps. That
weekend.
means I need to go double check and make sure we're not out of Earthshaker ramps. though.
Right?
No, I think I just ordered a ton a couple weeks ago.
Let me see. I shouldn't have a timer.
Trying to get my lamp cleaning stick out. Come on. Out of there.
She just. Oh, it was your timer.
I got to play Earthshaker at the Southern Fried Show
Wait, what the?
That's a game that I always enjoy playing.
a lot every time I see it.
Not as good as Hot Shots.
Nothing is as good as Hot Shots. Kiwi Frenzy, are you a Kiwi? Did we ship those to New Zealand? And if so, how did the post office treat everything? Did everything show up in one piece? That is always our greatest fear, is sending things across the ocean and maybe having a ramp crack or something like that because of poor handling or something.
Oh, you said I am, and you did.
Thank you. Great.
That's awesome.
Make sure all of our shippers know they do a great job, because they do. Need more 5/16 rings.
Why?
It is not
Oh,
muted.
there he is. It's not muted now. I muted. Naomi got sad that I said that she hit my mic and told you guys, so she started crying, so I had to talk to her.
No.
We're not mad at you. Don't worry.
I embarrassed her.
I've been meaning to fix that lamp socket for a long time, so I'm glad that I am getting in here and kind of messing with that. A lot of the features in this game, right? I mean, in every pinball game, the lights are telling you what to do. And this game in particular has some neat lighting effects. This is a really unique piece. I don't think it's used on any other game.
Can you put the overhead? Oh, never mind. I'll use this one.
To indicate which hole is going to score extra points or which hole is going to give you your 10x bonus, there's these neat arrow indicators that go on top of the diamond lane guides here. So when these don't light up, it makes me sad, because that's kind of a cool effect. I don't think I've ever seen those on any other Gottlieb game.
Wait, where is the light for the arrows?
It's underneath the lane guide.
Oh, cool.
But it has a lazy socket, so.
That's another neat thing about these lamp boards that our friend David Yop made, is like these can be used in an electromechanical game in a situation where
I was going to ask you that.
A really lazy lamp might be, or you really want a bright feature lamp for certain things. So I'm excited to mess around with these some more. He did take my suggestions into consideration and redesign this with the few things that I asked for. So he's doing beta testing now, and once those 1,000 come back with a clean bill of health, we might get to brag about having these in stock sometime soon too.
Yeah, can we do an install with them?
Yeah, absolutely. I've tested them. I tested some on. I tested one on my Xenon at home, but there's a couple on my Viking that I'd really like to do. It's a lot of work, but.
That would be a really fun episode. Maybe we can even have him on the show with us.
I'm sure he would love that. I hope he would love that. I will ask him.
Sarah's driver said, growing up, my uncle had a build-up pinball machine. Build-up?
Huh.
From the late 1940s. Are those still around? Do they have one at Pacific Pinball Museum, maybe, Kyle?
Maybe. I don't remember seeing that. I don't remember that game. If you showed me the back glass, I might recognize it, but.
Oh, wow.
Can you show
1948 exhibit build up.
Huh.
It's a wood rail, obviously.
Flipperless.
With this.
Oh, it's a flipperless game? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But you do see a lot of the times that those flipperless games were converted to flipper games at some point, because the games that operators had just bought basically became useless overnight when Gottlieb put flippers on Humpty Dumpty. That changed pinball forever. So you do see a lot of games that were flipperless that have since been converted to flipper games. It's funny because the flipper was actually the shape, right? That arrow pointed shape that we're so used to now was just the shape of like a ball guide on a lot of these old games.
That was 47, Emoto.
Build up.
Oh, okay. So, dang. This one.
Neat. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
It's pretty cool looking. Oh, flipper action too.
Show me the playfield. Oh yeah.
Where's the flippers?
Yeah, there's two flippers.
Oh wow, the flippers are in the middle of the playfield. Look at all those broken rubbers.
Yeah, the placement.
Rubber down there.
The placement of flippers didn't really become standardized for a long time. You see a lot of games in the early 50s and in the 40s that had like, you know, a couple flippers that would face inward to try to keep the ball towards the center of the playfield, as opposed to the more modern goal of pinball of trying to keep the ball from just only reacting once it's at the bottom.
I love the flyer. It says nickels galore.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was awesome.
I saw someone ask
if you don't like clowns, then playing this game is very satisfying because you're just hitting all those drop targets with all the clowns, knocking them down.
Our other fearless leader, Marco Ramirez, really loves clowns. Clowns are his favorite thing. So, this is definitely one of the games that he really loves. What'd you say, Moto?
Is it raining over there?
Oh yeah,
it is. Yeah, it's pouring.
Oh wow, that's what we're hearing.
Oh, you can hear that? I'm sorry.
I can hear it. I'm not sure if everyone in the chat can, because that's loud.
It's so loud I can't hear you anymore. So here's our normal warning of if the stream goes dead, it's because South Carolina's infrastructure cannot take rain sometimes. So we might lose our internet or power or both.
Yeah, I don't think they can hear it because you got a good compressor. I'm just on the other mic.
Okay.
Oh, Bernicia says, I'm in California. I don't know what rain sounds like.
I forgot too, man, for a really long time.
I miss that nice, dry, non-rainy weather.
I do not. I love the rain. I love not having to water my garden.
Yeah,
and not
that's
having
true.
forest fires.
I don't miss garden. Well, I don't know. My garden grew very well out in California. SoCal, you can grow anything. Out here, the weather is so tempered. Your temperamental.
Well, the plants need to have a good temperament because it's way too hot all the time.
Oh yeah, lots of fires in California. That does stink.
Yeah, I didn't even realize how big those fires were just not living in California anymore. But one of those big fires in like way North California has already burnt over like 1 million acres or something like that.
Been 3 million so far this summer.
Crazy.
Oh no, Kyle, you never responded to old Pinball Gramps. How did you leave him hanging?
I'm sorry, because I still have like 12 unread emails in my inbox that have come in since Monday, and I'm trying to answer them as fast as possible while still doing other things. So I will get to you. I think a lot of the issues on your Gilligan's Island are very simple, and I will try to respond to each item individually. I think one of your issues with flippers, I'll get back to you tomorrow. I should have some time tomorrow. I'm sorry. There's only so much time and fingers that I have to operate with.
Thanks, Crystal. Trying to help out. Also, where is Jack in the Box going after you're done?
Josh told me he wants to have it at transmission, so I'm probably going to bring it over there eventually sometime.
Nice.
It's a crime that we are taking an electromechanical game out of the wild, but we replaced Mars Trek with Meteor last night, so we got to get another EM in there.
Meteor is great. Who owns Meteor? Oh, you own Meteor.
Yeah.
When you're ready to sell, I know someone who wants to buy it.
I don't sell pinball machines. Ever.
When
anymore.
You're ready to get it stolen, I know somebody who will come steal it. Wait, did I just say that?
You're condoning thievery of my things? Hey man, your official roommate status at my house is revoked. I'm sorry.
Not me.
No, I would never steal.
She's just an aider and a better. That's
yeah.
That's exactly right.
No, I love Meteor way too much. I really would like to have.
Personally, stresses me out. The
sound.
music that, or just the sound of the rising pitch, it makes my heart beat so fast, and then I have a panic attack. I can't take it.
That's the point, man. That's why it's such a perfect game. It's why it's a perfect game. It's so simple, but it does something so complicated and expressive so easily. It's great. I really need a stars to go with my meteor. So if someone,
oh yeah,
if Rhett, if you're here, I want to buy your stars. We'll ship it all the way from California. I'll find one eventually.
Moo Run Hold says, anyone seen a playfield with still the middle part visible for Meteor?
Mine actually is in pretty good shape.
Nice. So there you go. You have to come to Transmission Arcade in Columbia, South Carolina and play it.
It's such a good game. They always get worn out at the top, with where you've got the flipper and then the drop targets here. There's a lot of inserts that start to cave for whatever reason, especially right there. But usually you'll notice where there are a lot of inserts, you do get a lot of wear when they start to cup like that and the ball starts jumping. My poor Grand Prix, when I hit the spinner just right, it sounds like, you know, when you go off the side of the freeway just a little bit and you hit the rumble strip? That's what it sounds like when you hit the spinner perfect on Grand Prix. It's just...
Grand Prix does have a really nice spinner action. It's really great.
When I finally build my pinball machine, there's going to be inspiration from Grand Prix with those spinners for sure.
Yeah. Nice.
Actually, I should probably take that thing actually apart and get it clear-coated and fixed. Maybe when I send my Sea Witch playfield to Ron Kruzman, I'll send that one over to him as well. Okay,
Nice.
This game has all sorts of rubbers now. So now I can be really neurotic and make sure the screws line up, and we'll put plastics on it, and Steve and I might be able to flip it in a minute. I'll double check a few things underneath. We'll do some health check of the actual the end-of-stroke switches and the flippers and stuff.
Oh, nice collection, Nintendo Arena.
Another thing to remember when you do change rubbers on your game is that they'll definitely be a bit tighter than the ones that were on it before, and you may have had all the switches adjusted for those previous rubbers, so a lot of the times you will find switches get really, they'll be a lot tighter when you change rubbers, and that's really apparent with Slingshot, so you'll get the machine gunning all the time. But thankfully this game just has rebound rubbers, so none of them are stuck shut. If they were stuck shut, we would have heard it because the score reel would be stuck on. Yeah, let me put these things back together. I love this game. This makes me very happy. Knight Rider and Blue Chip. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Those are great games.
Gramps, you should join us on Discord.
Everyone should be on Discord.
Yeah, everyone's just good about helping each other out with repairs here and there. It's awesome.
Especially Ty and Colin and Obi, they're always in there helping everybody. Old School EMs is always in there giving advice. Fun. I don't even have to do anything. Everyone just does my job for me. Yeah. I get these suckers back. Do you have a Vulcan? If that is directed towards me, I do not, but I really would like to get, I'd really like a Fire Queen, because I like the 2-player games more than 4, but Vulcan is a great game. That's got a great rule set. I've been learning how to properly blow up my Jungle Queen. I'm excited. I really like that rule set too. I'm excited to get that hot hand going once we jump back into EMs one day on this show.
After Baywatch?
Sure. Hot hand is a great game. There's a lot of drop targets in that game, and if you've been listening to me blab long enough, I love drop targets and I love spinners, so that's one that's high up on my list. If I had to choose my favorite drop target game, though, from the 70s, it might be Pop-A-Card. I think
that's a good one.
Pop-A-Card, I think, is the replay or the Add-A-Ball version of Drop-A-Card. And I think that one's got a fun Add-A-Ball rule set. Most Add-A-Ball games really suck, but that one's fun. No, actually, not most of them. Some of them are better. There's some really challenging ones, and then there's some really ones that are way too easy. The other thing I really like about Pop a Card and Drop a Card is there are only 2 Gottlieb games with short flippers and drop targets. And I want to get both. I have 2001, and now I just need to get Pop a Card or Drop a Card, and then I've got the set.
Because the Pop a Card was the last
to collect.
to use 2-inch flipper.
Yeah, that sounds right. 1971.
Wow.
Rebel Dog 67 just came into the chat and was like, I thought you're going to do Baywatch and Bikini Tops today for your 69th episode.
We had to push that back
You're
one, Rebel
late.
Dog.
We already scolded them for failing us terribly.
I'm bad at following through on these.
My bikini top's at the cleaners.
Get back up.
I don't fit mine anymore.
We tried.
I don't go to the beach any longer.
Jack's Open is a great one.
That's a great game.
Knight Rider is a great one.
You know, another game that you don't ever see it because, I mean, it sucked and that's why you never see it, but it's a good game is Jack's 2 Open. The solid state 80s version of Jack's Open. That one's fun as well. I'd like to get that if I could ever find one.
And Pinball Gramps, I just reposted the invite link for Discord. So if you click that, it should automatically send you to our Marco Pinball channel. And then we have a few different rooms in there that you can talk in.
Most of the time we just talk in the after hours room because most of the time we're talking about beer and pinball and it seems to just kind of fit the channel description. So.
Ellie J, you should definitely do a stream from Transmission and Bang Back.
Do it everywhere.
Stream them all, and then let us know when, and we will host it on ours.
What beer?
Yay, Pinball Gramps, welcome.
Yeah, actually, you're right. What beer?
Anyone else, welcome.
There's none left.
What beer?
The other thing I want to take a look at.
What time is it? We will have a little bit of time to flip this, I think.
But we do need to go. The other 2 feature lights, I need to make sure all the lights for the drop targets work. I also need to make sure that I can already see one. This yellow saucer is supposed to be lit right now. I want to go see if that's a lazy lamp socket or what. These sockets as well. The shoot again or special, those ones are particularly annoying on this game. I think that deserves, since I've cleaned them so many times, it deserves to possibly change them to an LED, the Yopsicle. Let's just do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Not now.
Oh.
That's I don't want to do that right now. My dexterity is not high enough for that. My patience level for doing vertical soldering on lamp sockets is not there. So
This is my favorite shot right here. The
Wow.
game opening up into the camera.
whoever did that, knock that man a day's pay.
Oh no.
That's me.
Cletus?
No, it was me. I'll admit it. It was me.
Cletus with a K.
Kyletus.
Kyletus.
That's my Roman name.
Did you turn on the ring light?
Nope.
Dude.
Now it is.
Ooh, beautiful. I love it.
So it's really clever how Gottlieb ran these
Everything's so
targets.
touched
It's pretty neat.
But there's 2 sets of switches. There's like a scoring switch, and then there's also a switch for lamps. So when these close, these lamps should light. So it's really easy for me just to come in here and
cool.
ensure that all of these work.
Yeah. Oh, that one's yucky.
Yeah, and that's probably because of the socket. I'm just looking at it, and they're really rusty and nasty.
Use a socket cleaning stick for that?
No, you can't do that on these.
Oh, no.
The
You
way
have to
that
replace
these
it?
things work is you've got, I'm trying to find it to point it out. So check it out here, right? You've got a path to, I don't know what it is, but just, for simplicity, let's say this is path to grounds through this switch. And then this actual bracket here that my finger is on, this wire here is introducing, this wire here is introducing voltage. So what happens is the connection from the lamp socket that gets, shoved through this rail can just get really crappy. There's not a lot you can do to fix that. There kind of is, but you do risk the chance of ruining lamp sockets. One really easy way to fix it kind of a cheap way, but I've done it here, is by just soldering to the nub of the socket here. I think we've done that once on this show.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we have. We'll go over it at some point because I'm sure we'll find more lazy sockets. But carefully here, I'm going to try rotating this lamp socket to see if that is the connection issue. Now it doesn't work at all.
No.
There's a lot of corrosion on this guy, though. So see, it's a lot brighter now that I've just twisted it a little bit. But
I think you need to turn me down. Turn me down, because I can hear myself echo.
Oh, hold on. I turned you up really loud while it was raining super
When it was
hard.
raining, yeah. Oh, I guess I could have done that, huh?
Maybe. You are in control of my computer. Let's see. So now the yellow saucer. Let me look at that one. That's a really lazy lamp socket. You know, for giggles though, I'm going to swap this out to an LED. Sometimes when you don't have enough gusto through the socket, an LED doesn't take as much run, and sometimes these will work better even in a lazy socket.
Yeah. LJ, your emotes are awesome.
But I think this is a good candidate for one of those Yopsicles.
Yay. Yopsicle episode. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the list. Oh,
One day. We'll make that happen one day.
it's always one day.
There are proper channels we must run through before we commit to these things, but it will happen.
Indeed. Indeed.
Okay, that makes me happy. LEDs do have their place in electromechanical games, whether people on the internet say so or not. I'm taking my stance right here.
If you do it classy, it's good, right?
Another problem you see a lot on these games, like Target Alpha, Solar City, El Dorado, like this game, is with the bonus unit. Like every game, this coil slams through every ball. This unit will slam through 10 slams, right? For lack of a better term right now. And you will start to wear out. One problem I had with mine was like very inconsistent bonus countdown. It would skip some of these targets every once in a while. And what it turned out to be was that this nylon piece here on this arm, hold on.
Whoa.
See this guy here?
Yeah,
Here, hold on, let's switch cameras.
no.
It'll be a lot easier.
Maybe. Can you still angle that camera onto the piece?
Yeah, hold up. Oh, I just tilted the game. How could I?
Because
Do you see this guy here?
no, angle down on the green on the pile stand in front. Okay. And then I'll switch. And I will attempt to focus. This camera's acting weird today.
The way this stepper works, right, is you've got this plunger with this groove, and this nylon round bit is peened to this rod. And when this plunger pulls in, that nylon piece rides with it.
Mm-hmm.
And with, at minimum 30 pounds per game, this thing started to misshapen, and there was a ton of play in this guy. So, this thing goes, listen to the rate, watch the rate at which this goes when you drain the ball. Am I in a game? When I drain, right? Every game, it does that. Every ball, it does that. So after a lot of decades, this thing started to get a ton of play into it, and as it was trying to keep up with that speed, you could hear it. It runs off the score motor, so it's on a cam that hits 5 times in run rotation or 2 rotations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It couldn't keep up because there's so much play. So it was an inconsistent bonus countdown. If you ever have weird bonus on drop target bonus games, this is one thing to start looking out for. Also, I have seen, I'm pretty sure, I don't remember which cam it is. It's one of the, I think it's the bottommost cam.
Whoa.
I've seen those switch stacks break also because of that spiky, constantly used cam. Anyways, those are theory crafting things. Not always the problem, but it could be. Otherwise, this game is in pretty good shape. You can check the end of stroke switch gap. Fine.
Fine. Great. Good enough. I think it's good. The pop bumpers do have good action. Ow. They've been rebuilt recently. So I think we might be ready to play this thing.
That always scares me. You do that.
Oh,
yeah.
And I want to change the shooter tip. Let's do that really quick, and then we're done.
Colin will be proud.
Since this bottom board is so massive, they didn't have enough room to put this like reset bank. So I always thought this was funny on this game. There's this like sheet of Mylar that just sits to protect the reset bank switches. It makes it really hard to find a good place to store the schematic in this thing, but worked it out. Gross. Really dirty. The cabinet's really. I need to clean that. What were we doing? Shooter tip. Oh. Come on. Moto's having a heartfelt goodbye. Did she tell you to break a leg? That's good showbiz.
Sorry.
Always replace your shooter tip. This one's not that bad, but just do it.
Which camera is that?
The handheld camera.
Oh, how'd I get over there? Yeah, I don't know. The handheld camera is having a hard time manually focusing.
Maybe because it's too dark in here.
No, that's not why.
I'm just kidding.
It's the connection. I don't know.
Hey, you want to know something funny? Here's a bit of fun pinball trivia. Have you ever wondered why your game has these odd metal plates right behind the leg bolts?
Yes. Why?
Good. Well, because Gottlieb installed those things, and Bally did too, and that was to prevent people from removing a leg and sticking a coat hanger inside the game to try to rack up free games.
Those scallywags.
You see those in a couple places. The same thing with the power button, why it has that big cover on it, and there's a big metal plate in between the power button and this wood bit here. It's to keep people from, trying to remove the switch to get in there and rack up some free games. There's all sorts of things that they used to do to try to prevent petty theft. You can also see that. Yeah. Actually, I have a good example of that over here. Not really. The Gottlieb games have it better.
Turn your light on. Turn the.
Yeah, hold on. This one does it a lot better. Give me a sec.
Oh, it is on. Wow. Oh.
Look at the. Check this out. You've got this big metal plate here against the replay unit, right?
Oh yeah.
This is also here, so people cannot drill into the side of the game, right? It's very apparent if you know what you're doing to see. Okay, the replay unit's here. Let's drill a big old hole in the side of the game to try to rack up games. So you would they install these metal protectors to make it just a little bit harder for people to.
It's not like pinball was terribly expensive.
But it's lost profit, right? The only thing an operator had back then was the money that came in from these games, and if they weren't making money.
No, sure, but I mean, to be the person that would go to that extent to steal free games.
You have to be a pretty sad person to stoop to that level.
I know people will try to steal, the coins from the coin box, right? That's a bigger profit than, I just really want a free game. Like, these punk kids.
You're not wrong. If there's something we know, humans are pretty pathetic sometimes. Okay, I think we have a pretty.
Thank you for the subscribe, Ellie.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Scallywags. Ooh, that's a good insult.
Scallywags, yeah. That's what they are.
It's hey, scallywag. Oh, you looked. I think we might need to play something.
So of course he looked. So are you ready to play?
Probably. I think we're about ready.
Yeah, we can play.
Well, I think you should put the playfield down, set up a playfield camera.
Yeah.
And then we can also look at some of Gordon Morrison's coveted backbox artwork while you do that.
Curious how much
I do
that
not have
the
all
Jack in the Box
300 and something.
backlash sold
I have
for in
like
France.
20.
Fun, because it's a great
20.
backbox.
Look, there's Dragon. Isn't that
Dragon's
awesome?
incredible. Gordon Morrison's use of color.
Colin,
Really
he did not clean the
entertaining.
tip. He replaced the tip. New tip.
A flop of a
did you-
game with a beautiful
He
backglass.
should
Yeah,
be
gorgeous backlash,
replacing the
terrible
tip.
game.
It just doesn't make. Why would you make a solid state game?
Nickel was a lot of money
one-player?
when I was
Right.
like, I'm
What is
sorry,
the-
pinball cramps. It's not worth drilling a hole through a pinball machine for.
I'm
Blue
not
now.
doing anything. I'm just looking at this slideshow because it's so pretty.
I know. I'm gonna turn off the slideshow so you get back to work.
You're mean.
Let's
Don't
get this
forget
over.
to replace your tip. Me.
So Dalton
I
can come
know.
on and tell me I have the
So
reflexes of
my
a
niece
statue
just
again.
said when I was like,
Hey, you know
stop
what?
hitting my microphone.
I'm
She
gonna-
thought it was hilarious.
I'm gonna stop being Team Dalton if he's gonna insult my boy like that.
Wait. Why would you ever stop being Team Dalton?
Can we hold that? Because he told Steve that he has reflexes of a statue.
He's not wrong.
That's not cool, man.
He said that about you?
Yeah, it was one. I think it was
Man.
when we were playing Infinity Quest that night when we were doing the live
That
stream
kid
of the
is so
gameplay.
funny.
I just
He
found
is
a
great.
bunch
He's
more
hilarious.
rubbers in the back of the game, so I think I have replaced the rubbers a few times. But you know, that's just how much money this
Yay.
game makes. It's worth it.
What else is in back here? There's a bunch of quarters. I'm a little richer.
The replay card.
Thank you, Obi. We appreciate everyone that comes and hangs out, regardless of their status to the feed.
That is.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for subscribing to us. What's this? Ooh,
We really
Mountain Mike's
appreciate
pizza
it.
token.
There's no Mountain Mike's here. Is that? That's a California.
I've never
chain.
heard of Mountain Mike's.
It's
so,
really
yeah.
good.
Although
Family
you'd
Fun
think
Park.
Mountain Mike would be part of the appellation.
What is this? I've never seen this token. Hey, someone on the
Man,
internet, can you
do you
tell me
have a
what
metal
area code
ashtray?
262 is? Where's 262?
Do you have a metal ashtray on the legs?
No.
I should though. If I still smoked, I would.
Someone tell me 262.
That would be Wisconsin.
Huh. Well, I have a token from Wisconsin in here.
Kenosha.
Wild.
That's not right.
Oh, did you know it's September? $1 off, $1 off all subs. Dang, I didn't know that. I'm about to go resubscribe to a lot of people now today.
I'm gonna subscribe
for
to
that.
our own channel, maybe.
No, you won't.
I've got this beautiful.
But you're gonna wait till
You guys are
episode
great.
69 to do that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, under the leg. There were ashtrays under the leg. Metal ashtrays under the front legs.
Oh, to keep them to tilt the game a different direction.
Oh,
It's like I'm checking the level of the game.
awesome.
Definitely going
See,
to the
Just
right
by
a little bit.
rolling a ball down. That's
Yeah,
all. Oh, that was looking at nothing.
I will wax the game once I get it ready to go back to the arcade or something. I don't have my wax with me. Bring it up a teeny bit on the right side.
Oh no, Zap Brannigan, you had a dragon on fire?
Don't light your dragon on fire.
Is that dragon a repro? Which
Did you
dragon?
play the dragon at Southern Fried?
I did not. I saw it, but I
No.
didn't play it.
Fun.
It had the Pascal's board in it
Oh, nice.
that made the rules all crazy with the skill shot and all that
Cool.
stuff. That was really fun. It's neat
See,
when-
the dragon I was thinking about earlier was like, what is that other company that only made a few pins?
Inner flip?
Inner Flips Dragon. Have
Yeah.
you played that one?
yeah,
Where the
that's a great game.
Drop targets are actual like little yellow 3D plastic dragons.
Yeah, they're shaped kind of like a quarter of a wheel of cheese.
Yeah,
Like a
that's
quarter of a Baby
that's
Bell
a great
cheese.
way of describing it. Wow.
I love it. Chris and I had one of those
I
in the
really
shop
like
for a
that
long time.
dragon. And then when you hit those dragons down, it goes, wow.
Oh yeah, it goes
Wow.
wow instead of.
Yeah.
I remember having a good time.
You're hitting his nose or something.
I had a lot of good dollar games on that with Matt Henry and Molly Atkinson one year at Golden State Pinball Festival.
Nice.
I won once. I lost a lot of money.
Thank you, Jagger, for the resubscribe.
We elevated from dollars to fives, and then it got...
After that, you gotta quit.
Yeah,
I gotta put beer seal
emote.
on this lockdown bar.
That is Cletus the spider holding a wrench, ready to do his fantastic repairs on pinball. You're doing great.
Nice gut.
Oh man, you got nothing.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to catch up.
You gotta catch up,
that's
buddy.
awesome. Retro gaming with Hopper. They finished up a dragon a month ago and repainted the whole cabinet and threw the System 1 boards.
For the Gottlieb Dragon. That's a great game.
Gottlieb Dragon.
I love that game. So pretty. Get that light to turn off. Okay. Guess I could also use lights to light the play field a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now this is going to be a fun game to stream. We never did that, did we?
No.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
No, because you've been working on it.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think that one of the reasons we never did this is because it never added up 500 points right.
Right.
Or 50 points.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly why.
And now hold on. We can put this camera in front. Oh no, we'll break the fourth wall.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Most of the time. Definitely do not break this fourth wall.
Well, all you can see now is the TV.
Whatever you do, you could do a side angle aiming towards Baywatch, but do not break the fourth wall.
We're gonna break this bit of the wall just a little bit. Can I see what this camera's seeing really quick?
No, I think I froze it.
Great. Well.
Hold on. I'm trying to paste in the camera here, and it's like.
I feel like I'm making a grave mistake by putting the glass on already. Every time you put the glass on before you actually mess with it, there's always something you have to take the glass off again for. These are all Wicco rings. Get rid of those. Garbage. Nowhere near as good as the PRW rubbers. It took me so long to convince Chris that they were much more superior. And then one day, I just had him just like, look, just mess with them. He was like, I see what you mean.
Wait, all you have to do is put your hand in the bag, man.
Yeah.
Just squeeze them a little.
And they don't come out all dusty and gross. And
we were just looking at pictures of Dragon and other Gordon Morrison back glasses, but then Kyle got distracted, so I turned off the slideshow.
I have the attention span of a fly.
We're frozen. I'm sorry.
You break it?
Yeah.
Why is breaking the fourth wall important? Because if you saw, you would understand. Whoa, you broke it so hard.
My. Hello. All right. It was just doing this awesome lag.
Now,
it's okay.
Basically,
we got this.
We'll be truthful. The other side of the fourth wall is just a bunch of pinball machines, and it's very unorganized. So we try to keep it, slightly professional. It looks better this way.
The type of wall that we will break is the streaming fifth wall, so you can see us setting up our layout. This is how you do it.
Look at how much work goes into this.
See?
It's insane.
That's upside down, so we gotta fix it. If anyone wants to get some streaming tips from us, there's probably better people, more qualified, but we're always happy to chat. Join our Discord.
No, Emoto's super talented. She's good at this. So it's funny, this is such a jank setup. I think we've talked about this before. Emoto uses TeamViewer to control my computer in South Carolina from wherever she decides to be at the current time. And we use Zoom to get her face. So she's controlling my computer, which is 1 foot away from me right now. And all I do is move cameras, and Steve and I look pretty.
Speak for yourself.
Wow. I don't know, man.
Although I am rocking this really cool beard mask right now. Feels awesome.
You'd show it off.
Beard mask?
Yeah.
You have a beard mask?
Because remember at the show when I was like, I can't stand this, and me and your partner in crime were discussing how tough it is for guys with beards to wear masks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did a little research, and they make masks for bearded men and women, I guess.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know. Oh, wait, there you are.
Yeah, check it out.
Oh, wow. You have to send me the link so I can get Jimmy some. That's awesome. Beard masks. So they're just bigger masks, so you can actually stuff your beard in.
Kind of a pocket at the bottom.
Cool.
Yeah. Like a little beard sack.
That's what I'm saying.
I like your beard sack.
Oh.
It's good stuff. That is really awesome. All right. Overlay goes above. Like this.
Nice.
Ta-da! And then where do we want to put the handheld camera? It's Kyle's butt. Figures.
It's enlarging by the microphone.
Oh no, I can't show them what's on that. Move the screen. It was revealing our most precious painting in that.
It was revealing the fire and the last action hero and a bright light.
That's true.
Nah, it has to go over there. We can move this table a little bit so it can point more at our
You want
butts.
to pull that card over here?
So for everyone just joining in, we finished Jack in the Box finally after a month or so of working on it. And we are going to celebrate by playing a few rounds of pinball for the next 20 minutes. If you have any questions about your machine or just questions in general for Kyle or Steve or AKA Midge, same person, Smidge.
It's not a secret.
Feel free to ask it in the chat and I will relay it to them.
If you want to know what the secret painting is, donate all your channel points and then join our Discord.
Oh, everyone wants the beard mask link in the chat, please.
Just, I mean, I found it just by searching beard mask on Etsy. So
on Etsy,
on
okay.
Etsy. Yeah.
Molly Hatchet
Nice.
gifted some subscriptions to
Yay,
people.
thank
Molly.
you, Molly Hatchet.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Look at all these people. You guys rule. So now come on the Discord and I can maybe tell you about
They
the
want to
painting.
see which Etsy one you ordered because Colin Baxter just ordered a few and he wanted to, compare.
Oh, I'd have to look at my emails and find the link. But yeah, I'll get on the Discord and let you know, Colin, for sure. You're a beautifully bearded man yourself, so.
Yeah, and Grumpy wants one too.
Nice.
Oh, hold on. For the WoW cam, we need to
Yeah, Grumpy's beard's amazing.
show the. We actually have to show the back glass unless you want to stare at our butt somewhere.
Yeah. Wow. And also too, you could turn the pinball machine.
Nah, we just
What?
leveled it. That's too much work. Why would I move the thing that weighs 280 pounds when I could use a 4-pound camera?
Because it's just doing this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it's easy for you to say in Arkansas. There you go. Now you can kind of see the scores.
I'm not in Arkansas.
Oh.
Seth
Well,
Brannigan's sister-in-law is a bearded lady.
Wow.
Nice. I love. It's great.
All right. I think, Steve, you should honorably go first. It's ready to go.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Yep.
Molly came for the cattywampus. I still need to make a cattywampus emote. What would a cattywampus emote look like?
I don't know. I should ask
Let me
my high
know.
school auto shop teacher who taught me that word.
I'm
Oh
at
man, that
bang
camera
back.
has such a slow refresh rate. It's so delayed.
Imagine that. My statue-like reflexes weren't enough.
That's fine.
Oh,
See, those lights are making me mad. When you go like this and it goes.
Right, gets a little
Oh.
flicker.
oh wait.
That makes me
Wow,
mad.
Cam's
Oh,
gonna
look.
Oh,
be.
stuck
Yeah.
already. You were right. We gotta take the glass off again.
You should have just
You left the rubber
the
off.
glass.
Yeah, hold on. I wasn't paying attention and I put a rubber in the space where it's not supposed to be. See, this is why you play test things.
And
All
why,
right.
why you get the rubber kit, right? Because it comes with the chart that tells
yeah,
you where
there you
everything
go.
goes.
We work so hard to make rubber kits for as many games as possible.
Do we?
Yeah.
The manual does the work for us.
No,
We just
not,
make
not
it.
on not on all of them, man.
Not on
Hey,
all
you
of them.
gotta
You're right.
assemble them.
You gotta remember
You
that 70% of those manuals are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, you have to say our customer base does a
Yes,
lot of hard work to
yes.
make our rubber kits right because
Absolutely.
most of them.
It's teamwork makes the dream work, and we
Yep,
appreciate
yep,
everyone.
100%.
I'm gonna blame this with the pressure of being on camera is why I missed this part.
Episode
That's okay.
69, he's still freaking out about being on camera.
Hey, at least I don't have a panic attack every time before we do this.
I remember those days.
Episode 69.
But I
Now
still
Kyle
do need to have
doesn't
my
set up
medicine
everything
before we
until
start
5
the
minutes
liquid
after
medicine.
we should start. Kyle just pulled a Cletus. That's what
No.
Kyle just said.
Yes.
No, that's just being distracted. Pulling a Cletus is making a poor repair. Like
Oh.
using string and chewing gum to repair something instead of the proper method.
Is this the same artist that made this and Satin Doll? It's a good question.
No.
I'm on IPDB right now, so I can see.
Satin Doll, the much older game. I'm gonna probably be able to repair this without even removing. Yeah, I'm gonna try to do this. No, yeah. I'm just gonna take it.
Satin Doll.
Remember what I
Satin
always
Doll,
say: a rubber's job
1975.
is to keep the ball from
Williams.
going where it's not supposed to. Do as I say, not as I do.
Oh wow. The artwork is very similar, but oh, Christian Marsh did Satin Girl. You should have known that, Kyle,
Why should I know that?
because of your epic
Pinball art history knowledge.
podcast.
No, I learned everything I knew from Michael Sheese. He's the one that we really need to talk to.
That's a really cool playfield layout and just very unique.
Yeah, old games are unique. That's why they're fun. Would you grab the
I agree.
Sack of rubbers, please.
Which
One bag
one?
of rubbers coming up.
Thank you. Yeah, later.
All right. So if anyone has any other questions for Kyle, maybe your game needs some help, a lot of people in the chat too can help. Feel free to drop them in the chat. We're just playing around for the next 15 minutes before we go raid somebody. I think most of y'all are on Twitch, but if you're not on Twitch, come join our awesome community here.
Yeah, you might get really lucky and someone will
Yeah,
buy
you
you a gift sub.
What's up with
You
the
can
Wampus
use
cat?
emotes.
The
You
Wampus
can
Cat
use
rag?
channel points.
Obi says that he recently learned that there's a Wampus cat. It's folklore from East Coast America.
Yeah, no, there's a really popular 20s song called the Wampus Cat Rag.
Okay.
And I don't know what it is, but when we go to the Warmouth, they have a poster, like the Wampus Cat Rag poster. It's really neat.
Sorry,
It's like a cat
I'm having
playing
trouble
like a banjo.
understanding
It's
right
super
now.
neat.
He's the Wampus cat.
Please
The
try a
Wampus
little
cat.
later.
What the Wampus Cat is, we'll never know, but
Google just started talking to me.
welcome to the Matrix.
Colin's on a roll today. He said, "So Kyle, what does it feel like to pull a Cletus live?"
Now that is an excellent use of that emote.
Good, because
It's
even
not a Cletus.
someone as perfect and flawless and has never made a mistake in his entire life like me is prone to screwing up.
What
So,
just happened? That was so weird.
Even
Yeah.
Kyle
Well,
makes
we all
this-
have a little Cletus inside of us, right?
Yeah,
oh my God.
absolutely.
This has gotten way out of my control.
And for all those Cletuses that we swallow in our sleep, right?
There
You know
was a
what's really
Cletus
cool
in
about having
my
so many
room
cats?
last night, and I was like,
You don't
"Please
want
don't climb in my
No
mouth."
bugs.
No bugs at all.
No bugs at all. My little
Where?
assassin troop.
At Kyle's house because he has trained kitty assassins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm training a new one right now.
Aw.
Little Max, he's so
Maxaro.
cute.
He is adorable.
He's teeny. He's like the size of my fist. Little baby. I think the only other
Okay, here
person
we
that
go.
responds
Let's
to me
get-
about this is Jordan in Texas, but is anyone else extraordinarily excited for the Italian Grand Prix on Sunday? I am.
Well, Rebel Dog actually had a pinball-related question.
Yes,
Oh.
I was
wanna
waiting
talk
for him to
about
finish so
pinball.
I could ask. So, how do you fix a hole in the playfield when a previous owner put a screw pin in the painted section to overly make it play liberally? I want to go back to the original. Should I fill the hole with super glue and paint?
No.
How to level? Question mark. This is a great question.
Well,
So,
we covered that
Kyle.
in one of the earliest episodes of Pin.
Yeah, we've kind of
Mhm.
talked about that, but honestly, I'm not the best person to ask because I really despise doing cosmetic stuff like that. What I would do is fill the hole with some wood glue and toothpicks, very gently cut it as flush as possible, and I would just live with it. But to actually fix that would take a lot more than just doing that. I don't know. I mean, it really depends on how bad it is and where it's at. But I would use toothpicks or as teeny dowels or whatever you need to fill in that space. Use some wood glue. Wood glue is great because you can clean it up with, thank you, you can clean it up with water. So, you know, even if some squirts out over onto the play field, you can still get in there with a wet paper towel, wipe the excess away, dry it off immediately. That's how I do it, at least. You run into, like, I don't know, the problem I'm having right now is I've got my Kings of Steel. Someone replaced the amazing Bally flipper units with Gottlieb flipper units and used a long screw. So they drove holes into the bottom of the playfield, like right where the flipper in lanes are, the return lanes are, but it's Mylard. So someone put glue in there, put the screw in there, and now it's popped the Mylar up a little bit. It's awful.
No.
So Rampomatic is right. Put it in the yard and throw a lit road flare inside. That is how you will fix this problem. That is the permanent fix.
Oh.
No, don't do that.
Ta-da. Okay, try again.
Yeah.
Steve, you have a chance to redeem your statue-esque reflexes.
Awesome. Because you already put the flares in? Yep, you did. Okay.
It's probably not the best place to sing, Kyle.
Oh, Kyle.
But, you know.
What happened?
You forgot to do the other side.
Okay, I quit. I'll see you guys never.
Well,
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to end this stream.
Cletus's plural.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm not paying attention when I'm doing this work and talking, and that's when I make mistakes. If only I would have listened to Chris when he would tell me to not listen to music and don't listen to podcasts and just work all day, I would not make these mistakes.
Oh, is that what he says?
Oh, yeah. When I would come in and I'd be listening to something, he'd be like, you're going to make mistakes. You're not paying attention to your work. Just sit in this warehouse and silently work on pinball machines. Okay. But he's not wrong.
That's right, Jackrabbit. My grandma had, had a big poster in her house that said the exact same thing.
What?
The faster I go, the behinder I get.
Yeah? Dang. Your grandma's
Sorry,
a wise
Daniel.
woman.
You're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Now, hold on. I can do this fast now.
Actually, I think hers says the hurrier I go, the behinder I get.
I'm not even going to turn the damn game off at this point. We're just going to run through.
Hey, careful. Don't do this at home, kids. So what did you forget to do?
I forgot to put another long rubber in place. I used, instead of putting, it was supposed to be a ring and a long rubber, but I stretched a rubber around these two posts. I wasn't paying attention. I forgot how the game worked. So can you grab me the sack of rubbers again?
You got it.
And I need to find another 5/16 ring. Can you open up the top, open up the front of the flambeau in the top drawer on the right side? That's where the rubber rings, the small rings are. Little 5/16 guy, please. Hold on now. There we go. Okay.
Oh, Zach Brannigan just got Kevin and Ruth, Gold Tabby and Gray Tabby.
Aww.
You should join our Discord group and put it in the Pinball Pets category that I made for everyone to share all their awesome pets with us.
Share your pet spiders too if you got them.
Yeah, the behinder you get, the faster you go.
Sometimes. The behinder you get.
Yes, finally gameplay.
Yeah, finally.
I know.
You don't come here to watch me
Poor
play
Daniel.
pinball. You come here to watch me mess with stuff. So, y'all complain about nothing. Okay. Don't you miss when this was just board work and I took this super
Look,
seriously?
right when we are
didn't
about
make
to start
mistakes?
doing gameplay, I'm gonna end the stream.
Everyone's
I'm
gonna be
just
so
kidding.
sad if you do that.
We'll be a couple minutes late if we have to.
Turn that a little bit.
Yeah, see, Grumpy was on the same wavelength with me on that one.
What page is he on?
The
The machine should be ready just in time to end the stream.
Well, I mean, we know that that's how every pinball repair goes. Just in time to go on to your next
So
service call.
everyone with the Cletus remote, when we raid, just blast this. That sounds awesome. Thank you.
They're
We
gonna
don't
think
know
we're crazy.
games. Thank you for the raid. We are about to play some Jack in the Box for a few minutes. And then we're going to go Cletus raid some other people.
Everyone's gonna be. This is just a raid train. Okay. Stack of rubbers.
Jim's
Ball.
Arcade, you made it. Thanks for coming.
I do need to fix this. I think I need to mess
We
with
finally finished Jack in the Box.
Right.
You can watch those most excellent learning lesson episodes on YouTube in our YouTube archives. That's /Marco Pinball. We read schematics. We learn how to read schematics with David Valansky. We learn how to adjust score reels, how to take them apart, how to fix issues with the point scoring system in this particular Gottlieb score reel setup. Lots of great content came out of working on this
I think that's the exact
game over this past month. So definitely
I love how you got
check
one
it out if you have
bonus.
an EM and especially a Gottlieb and you need some tips and tricks. It's definitely worth it. So now they're celebrating by playing the game.
Oh. Usually
Just
if you
an
get it in the
awesome-
non-lit side, you can bounce it into the lit side.
It works. So excited. Yeah, we don't know games. You came just in time.
God, it still sounds lazy, but it keeps adding up 50
Yeah,
points.
it's working fine.
Oh, that's not the side I wanted. So the goal is to try to get the top lit saucer because that makes your bonus 1,000 points a drop target instead of 100, and that's where you actually score in this game. So right now, this is not worth doing until I can get that thing lit. Now, if I do get all of them lit, I will get a free game, but
You're so close.
oh, that pitiful little bonus. That's the most important part of this game is the plunge, and that's what I find
Hey,
so
what
wonderful
if you
about
put
it.
the handheld camera on the playfield and give us a wow shot instead of your booty?
No bonus for me.
Oh, Midge, what happened? Yeah, turn off the ring light.
Not everyone can get bonus. So now we just need to make sure we don't hit this.
It'll be fine.
Wait.
Wow.
Damn it. Wait, hold on. What if I did this?
You should put it at the top by the drop targets
Then I can't see the game.
and turn the ring light off. It's okay. We can see it.
We can see it. You can just flail around and not hit anything. We can see it.
We'll tell you how good or bad you're doing. It's fine.
Just gonna slip. I need
yeah, I
the
don't
small
like it.
tripod that we used to have.
We still have it. What do you mean used to?
Oh, I don't know where it is.
It's on the shelf.
Here, hold on. Yeah, which shelf?
We have like 4 tripods there. And the light stands work for those as well.
About some sort of crazy. Oh, flipper zone. No, this is what we're gonna get. So you can watch the crazy.
Only 2 people on YouTube. You guys should come hang out with us over on Twitch.
Okay,
It's free, and
get
you
it?
get emotes, and you
Settle in.
get channel
Do that.
points.
Yes. There we go. Big bonus, baby.
Join
I'm gonna hit
us.
one target and it's gonna go straight down.
Obi, thank you so much.
See? I told you.
For sub
A little self-fulfilling prophecy there.
where a hype train is close. Sub, gift, or use bits now to start a hype
There you go.
train. Wow, this is also new.
Oh,
Oh,
game sucks.
no, that's awesome.
Terrible.
I want to start a hype train.
There you go.
Okay, now let's hit as many targets as I did the first time. Hey, we got stuck
Colin's
to it.
watching.
Oh,
Colin needed the double screens.
Nice.
Thanks for the extra
Oh,
viewership,
hitting too many
Mr.
targets,
Baxter.
but It's
We
okay.
appreciate it. I'm gonna log
Is that
in.
possible?
Well, because I don't get
Alright.
points for hitting 2 targets at once,
Oh.
right? But I do get them at bonus at the end of the day.
Gotcha.
There is something awesome about this game. there has to be the name for this effect, but you'll hit one drop target out of 10, and then your next flip will perfectly squarely hit exactly where that one dropped target is, and then you will drain. And there has to be a name for that effect.
Oh, yes! There you go. Nice.
Regame. Ha. This game was great in League because it was the great equalizer. You could play against the greatest, best player in the league. You know, you'd sit there and play Stern Star Trek for 40 minutes and one ball, but then you'd play this and you couldn't score 1,000 points. This game is just perfect for that. Doesn't matter how good you are. Ah. Man, it feels so good to clear out a whole rack of targets.
Ah.
Oh. All right. See if I can bring this one away. Maybe I can end it on 6969 points in dedication to our 69th episode. Oh. God, fresh flipper rubber. Okay, if people are asking when to change rubbers, change your flipper rubbers like 3 times as often as you change the rest of the game, and it plays so much nicer. They're so grippy. The physics on that shot, I just don't understand.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
One more.
Nice.
I'm not gonna make it in time.
This game rules.
Oh.
Oop, oop, oop. Oop.
Dang.
Come on, baby. Oh, I missed. Those upper flippers can be definitely a sham sometimes. You'll hit them right into those lane guides and it'll just bounce right back down the middle. But it is fun when you can get like a really good volley going and it just goes like one clown, another clown, another clown.
Take that clown.
I'm gonna get y'all. Thank you, Daniel. I am good at EMs and that's about it. We should have the great Columbia Classics tournament. Just use all my old dumb games to play classics.
I wish we could see y'all's faces.
Do what?
So I wish we could see your faces.
Ah.
Oh yeah, there you go. Perfect.
All right, last ball.
Last ball. Thank you, Obi, for all your support.
Obi rules.
Today and every day. Isn't that amazing?
He's truly friend of the show, Obi Drunken Obi.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Obi, do you have all our Marco swag?
Did not get to 6969.
You have Marco shirts, Marco hats? We need to send you a nice little gift box. I got to get Kyle to put it together for you.
I can do that. This game rules. I'm glad that other people might now think that and realize that EM pinball is the greatest pinball. So everyone should go buy an EM now before they start turning into $8,000 pinball machines.
Well, that's what's going to happen now. Thanks, Kyle.
No, that's what I'm trying to do. All the new Stern stuff and Williams stuff, not worth it. The prices are going to dump. All my stuff's going to go up in value. And then I can finally buy the Porsche I've been dreaming about since I was a child. So, yeah, I think this would be a fun after-hours game. Every time you drain, we have to take a swig of something. And by the time we are on our 10th game, we'll probably be done.
Won't be able to leave. I'll be under the pinball machine.
Yeah, in about 40 minutes, the stream would be over because
Bring a pillow.
Obi-Drunk Kenobi says he wants one of the koozies. No.
Obi,
I have some koozies.
We'll send you some. We have some secretly hidden away.
I'm so glad the koozie was a hit.
No, it was a great idea. It was
I'm going to order some more. I'm waiting for the price to drop.
Okay.
They jacked the
We got a little
prices
bit of kickback on the koozie, but man, I'm glad that in the end, everyone liked it. And now it's like everyone's doing koozies now.
Right? I
We
mean,
are the
first,
trendsetters.
huh?
Yeah, I think we already have it, Obi, but send me an email with your shipping address.
I've got
Marco
Obi's stuff.
TV at
Obi
Marco
qualifies for a
Pinball.com.
discount, so I'm going to help him with that tomorrow, and I'll send him a
Nice.
friend of the show, friend of the company. Thanks for keeping the lights on package.
Absolutely, yeah. Send them the rest of the koozies we have. Not too many.
We do have to send Colin his beer care package also.
Yes.
That needs
You
to happen.
haven't done that yet?
No.
I know.
Poor Mr.
I keep buying them
Baxter.
and drinking them.
No wonder he keeps calling you out for being a Cletus.
Do we look like we have enough time to buy beer? Jeez.
And not drink it?
Yeah. Well, before we say goodbye to everyone, can you turn the camera to so we
us?
can see y'all?
Yeah.
Oh no. Analyzer 21F says, I lost my Marco freebie from Allentown. I think Todd Tucky stole it from me.
I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't
Stole
doubt
it
it.
off me, probably.
Did I ever post the picture of Todd Tucky putting my eyes out with his fingers?
That was good.
That was a glorious moment in my life, to be blinded by one Todd Tucky.
Oh, thanks,
yeah,
Jugger.
Colin, that's a great idea. Colin's going to order something and you can hide it in the packaging.
The beer?
Well, we definitely want you to get your pinball parts. So
Yeah.
maybe not. Maybe
I don't
we'll
know
send
if
two separate packages.
Our flat rate shipping might not cover many beers, so we'll work that out separately. Yeah, thanks for having fun with us and laughing and making mistakes and taking them in stride and using the new emote. And hey, look at Steve's super rad shirt.
Oh yeah, Pinball Gramps. I'm glad you got that.
I didn't know I was going to be
swag.
on camera today. Otherwise, I would be wearing Marco gear, as is our
It's a policy.
Commandment, yeah. Unfortunately, I like all of my Marco gear so
last
much.
minute, yeah.
I wear them and then I have to wash them.
Yeah.
And then come Thursday, I don't have.
Yeah, no, Marco Mondays always, yeah.
Marco Mondays. Yeah, but that's a really. Can we see your Chocobo shirt?
Oh,
'Cause
sure,
that's
yeah.
pretty epic.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I'd take that taxi any day.
Me too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a lot of fun today. We finished Jack in the Box. Next week, we are going to do a rerun of our Pinball X-Ray episode. And Kyle's going to take a little vacation.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves it.
Thank you.
And then the week after that, we will be back with maybe Baywatch.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Color DMD install.
Maybe.
It's hard to tell.
Oh, yeah, we
Kyle.
have to install the color DMD first because we don't know what's going on without that. But
Get your Cletus ready.
get your Cletus. Oh, we're gonna Cletus the heck out of that. We do need.
The Cletus Hasselhoff.
Ooh. I need to get a haircut. Seeing myself on camera makes me realize, like, ooh, it's been a long
And
time.
oh my goodness, Mystery Pinball Theater 3000 is playing ice cold beer.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Awesome.
rate him.
That is so cool.
Thank you for coming. Wow, look at all these thanks. All these people are so happy that we're streaming. We thank you because if it wasn't for you,
Yeah,
we
thank
wouldn't be here.
you.
So,
Y'all are the best.
all right, go
Oh yeah,
make
don't
fun of
forget the
Manu.
Cletuses for the raid.
Yeah, cue him up. Hold steady. Don't fire too early.
Don't fire your Cletus till you see
Glue the
Whites
Cletus.
of Manu's eyes.
All right, thank you all so much. We're gonna head over there now.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Bye.
Ish. Bye. Rating.
Flipper rubber.
PinTech Live.